So the rest of this month, you guys are going to hear me talk about my gear. It's been 1 year since I bought the bike, and it's been 1 year for majority of the gear that I'm riding in. So I'm going to go out to a spot that is kind of sentimental to me. It is the first dirt spot I ever took the WR to. And we're going to talk about gear. So, you know, the most important thing is a helmet. The second most important thing is a glove. Third's the jacket. Fourth, the riding shoes. And fifth is riding pants, which I have not got to yet. I haven't picked up a set of dedicated riding pants, and I really want to. It's one of those things that I need to put some time into, some research into, and pick out some really nice riding jeans. But the problem is, I ride my bike every day. I commute to work on it every day, and I take it out in the evenings and the weekends for my fun rides. So I think the first set of riding jeans that I get for it are going to be for my evening and my fun rides. Something that I can dedicate, you know, a really good quality set of riding pants for. And then what I'm probably going to do is look for some overpants for the winter rides, for my commuting back and forth to work. And then hopefully by that time I can really, you know, maybe we're looking at some pants that are kind of everyday use with the armor pockets available for them. Because really, I don't want to be wearing Kevlar pants all day at work, if you know what I mean. That wouldn't get fun. So we're going to head over to this dirt spot, which is the very first dirt spot I ever took the WR to. And we're going to talk about the longest servicing piece of gear that I have, which is also the second most important gear I think every rider should have, and that's the gloves. So today we're going to talk about these Alpinestars Celer short cuff riding gloves. And I've had these for a year now, and I've wore them every day on my commute to and from work and all my fun rides that I do. And I wore them all 4 seasons. Now this is technically a 2 to 3 season glove, more based on the 2 season being spring, summer. But I've used them for my fall and winter rides as well. Just because I don't have a cold weather glove, and I want something on my hands to protect them in case I have an off. Alright, today we're out here. This is the first dirt spot that I ever took the WR out to. And this is my 2017 WR250R. I picked it up October of last year, and I bought majority of my gear at the same time. And like I said, today we're going to talk about these Alpinestars Celer gloves, right? And I have used them for roughly a year for everyday use, everyday riding. I'm leaving my helmet on today because my mic that I have for the other GoPro doesn't have a windscreen on it, and it's kind of windy today, so we're going to use the helmet to do this with. But basically, let's talk about these gloves. These gloves are a short cuff glove that I picked up. I like the short cuff glove over the gauntlet style gloves, unless I'm at a track. And if I'm at a track, then it's going to be a gauntlet glove. But they're convenient, they're easy to use, they're not bulky, they're great for the type of riding I do. These are what you would call the ideal supermoto type glove. Fortunately, the WR is not Supermoto yet, but it will be. I do have some Supermoto tires that I will be putting on the bike here soon, and we'll be doing the full Sumo conversion and get the bike exactly where I want it to be. So let's talk about the technical aspects of these gloves here. So as you can see, they have a large heavy-duty TPU across the knuckle. It is padded underneath here. They have TPU across the tops of the fingers, and what I really like about these is they do have the full leather bridge between the third and fourth finger. They are quality goat skin material. They have the accordion flex over the knuckles and the thumb, right? They have the TPU protector across this bone on the wrist. I think it's the ulna bone, and they're perforated leather, so they breathe really well in the summertime to keep your hands cool. Unfortunately for me, it made some really cold fingertips during my winter rides. Now there is padding underneath these TPUs right here. I wish there was a little more padding under this TPU here. Unfortunately, it's just a TPU. There is a spot where they could have put padding, and they do have the padding for the palm area, and I wish this was a little bit bigger. I wish it came out to right about here on the glove and came around a little bit, and this could have been a single stitch pattern right here for the bridge set that comes across, you know, a single piece instead of it's a two-piece leather. There is abrasion contacts in the palm of the glove for the control areas of the bike, and they do have the touch technology in the fingertips so you can operate your smartphone. I really hate having to take my glove off to change songs or pick a different playlist or try to find something on Google Maps to get me GPS directions. But overall, these gloves come in at $100, right? So for $100, these are pretty solid glove, lots of features, lots of benefits in them, and they're great. They're a great glove. I would recommend these gloves to anybody looking for a short cuff glove with lots of protection for street riding, because it offers a lot of protection. Now, with that said, when I go to replace these gloves, I'll probably go to the GPX short cuff gloves, because that has all the things that I wish this glove had in it. Unfortunately, it wasn't out when I bought these gloves, but now they are out, and I think those are $130 price point at Revzilla. So the microfiber on these has held up really well over a year of use. The only problem I have with this glove is, as you can see here, it busted at the seam right here. That's probably about 2 months ago this seam started tearing out, and that's the only problem I've had with the glove over a year's time with it. I really enjoy these gloves. They're awesome, they're stylish, they have the protection that I like, and if the GPX wasn't out, I would be buying another set of these gloves. So with that said, this is my review of 1 year of everyday use on the Alpinestars Celer short cuff glove. I love these gloves. They've been awesome to me, and I'll use them until finally all the stitching busts, and then I'll pick out what's next. So with that being said, I'm gonna hop on the bike and we're gonna bounce out of here before this guy comes back. Hope you enjoyed the review. Hope it helps you out with picking out a set of gloves, and leave a comment, recommendation on another set of gloves that you like that have lasted the long time. I'm probably going to compliment myself with a set of the Alpinestars Drystar gloves for winter and cold weather and wet weather riding, so that way these get a little more life out of them. But with that said, I'm gonna hop on the bike. I'm gonna head back to the house. So on the way back, let's talk about the pros of this glove. The pros on this glove are basically, it's under $100. I think they're $99, so right at under $100. Loads of protection, lots of breathability for those summer rides. Very stylish look. I think they come with this color, the red and yellow and black, and then they have an all black glove. So I don't know what this lady is doing here in front of me. I don't think they know what they're doing either. So relatively inexpensive glove with a lot of features built into it. I mean, the touchscreen tip technology that's built in, all the TPU, the protection, the leather finger bridge, the accordion leather at the flex points, goat skin leather, premium goat skin leather, TPU in all the right spots. And now for the cons. The cons on this glove is, hey, $100 is pretty steep for a glove. Another con, and it's maybe just my glove that I had an issue with, that inside the glove there was like a piece of leather that didn't get trimmed off, and it would dig into my ring finger on my right hand. I had to turn this glove inside out, and it was a good chunk of leather at the seam that was just left there. I had to turn the glove, and I don't know if you guys have ever tried to turn a leather glove inside out at the finger, but oh my god, was it difficult. And then to get it right side out was even worse. The other con, like I mentioned before, was the seam here on this left hand at the top. That busting out, but it busted out at the 8-month mark. Around about the 8-month mark is where the seam started tearing. And I know I could probably just sew it back up and it'll hold forever. And let's think of the other con. It is not waterproof, and it's not made for cold weather, but that's my fault. I bought the glove knowing that it wasn't that, and I was going to be using it during those months and in that inclement weather. Those are really the only cons I can think about it. Oh yeah, I wish this padding for the palm covered more of the impact zone. Just a little further into the palm and a little bit up on the outside of the hand. Just a little bit. But like I said, Alpinestars has the GPX glove that they came out with that fixes that issue. But all in all, like I said before, this is a glove I would highly recommend to somebody who's looking for a very good all-around street glove.